TD, ready to help you move forward.
80% of bacteria in your mouth aren't even on teeth.
80%?
Colgate Total is different. It fights bacteria in your whole mouth, protecting 100% of your mouth surfaces. Colgate Total, antibacterial protection for a healthier mouth.
It's just not right.
Nah, I need to try something new.
Doritos, try another angle.
Reinforcements are here.
It is a big bad world. That is why I'm here.
There are signs that the window to evacuate Canadians from Sudan is likely closing. Global News has learned that 2 flights departed the country for Djibouti on Saturday and that currently there are no further Canadian military flights planned. As Mackenzie Gray reports, there are still more Canadians waiting for rescue and it's becoming more challenging to get out.
The Sudanese ceasefire seemingly falling apart as the Air Force is sent in to try and hunt down members of the Rapid Support Forces militia through thick black smoke covering parts of Khartoum. The nearly 3 weeks of fighting has killed hundreds and left millions inside Sudan with limited food and water. The deteriorating conditions have also sent foreign nationals scrambling as time runs out to flee the war-torn country.
We see the window of opportunity at the Wadi Sedna airport rapidly deteriorating given the fighting that is moving closer and closer.
That window could close as soon as tonight, according to a source with direct knowledge of the Canadian evacuation plan. The defense minister says there's another flight scheduled to depart today, but it could be one of the last, leaving the feds to turn to Plan B.
We continue to examine a number of options to evacuate Canadians, including through maritime assets and overground transport.
Canada already has naval capabilities near the Port of Sudan, which has been a key location other countries have used to evacuate their citizens, who are sent from Sudan to Saudi Arabia on an arduous 24-hour boat ride.
For myself, it was a surreal experience.
University of Toronto professor Nisra Elliman made the journey with her 3-year-old daughter and elderly parents.
My father is almost 90, and he didn't want to leave. You know, I think for him, I mean, at some point he told me, listen, I would rather be buried at home.
Elliman's journey to the port included a 12-hour bus ride from the capital through militia checkpoints, and she had to leave family members behind she was visiting in Khartoum.
I've had, family members killed during this time. I've had several family members injured. I don't know any Sudanese who has not directly been impacted by this.
The defense minister said there were over 300 Canadians that have requested help from the federal government to be evacuated, but what route they will take out of the country is becoming less clear. Mackenzie Gray, Global News, Ottawa.
This week, the federal government proposed changes to the National Sex Offender Registry after the Supreme Court of Canada struck down parts of the registry last year, saying it went too far. With a closer look at the changes and how they will impact victims of sexual violence, here's Erica Vella.
Sexual offenses are amongst the most heinous and degrading forms of violence.
In an effort to combat those offenses, the federal government is back from the drawing board with new changes to Bill S-12 with the hopes to strengthen Canada's National Sex Offender Registry. Under the proposed changes, serious child sexual offenders and repeat sexual offenders would be registered automatically. All other sexual offenders must also be registered unless they can prove they pose no risk to the community. It's also adding offenses to that list. If someone shares intimate images without consent and participates in extortion, their name could be added to the National Sex Offender Registry. The information is not public and will only be accessible to law enforcement.
I guess my question would be, what do we want people to do with that? People don't know what to do next.
And some experts say the proposed changes won't change much at all.
It won't actually prevent a sex crime from happening.
Instead, the National Sex Offenders Registry is more of a tool for police.
It allows them in an immediate shorthand way of being able to identify who it could possibly be that's already on the registry.
If the intention is to protect communities, some experts say more can be done to educate people on sex crimes.
We could be educating the public about how sex crimes happen, and that's a front-end thing that would require massive levels of investment by the government.
Global News has reached out to several provinces about the proposed amendments. All said they were carefully reviewing the changes. Erica Vela, Global News.
At least 5 people have been killed and a suspect is still on the loose in southern Texas following a shooting late Friday in the town of Cleveland.
We know that he shot a .223, which is AR-15 style weapon, and we know him to be about 10 to 12 miles away from here at this particular town.
Police say authorities were responding to a harassment complaint. When they arrived, they found several shooting victims. 4 people were pronounced dead on scene and an 8-year-old victim died in hospital from injuries. Police say the man is still on the loose in the nearby vicinity.
You're watching Global News.
Police, come out with your hands up!
All new 911, Monday at 8 Eastern on Global.
From the moment you step on this island, you feel a little lighter. Come find your island. Prince Edward Island.
The window wall from Magic is a pretty remarkable achievement. Each panel can be opened and pushed to the side for a complete unobstructed opening. It features a patented retractable bug screen to keep all the bugs out too. But for all of its remarkable technology, the people who appreciate the window wall the most are the people who don't really want windows. It's not really magic. It's just better, smarter thinking.
Feel the thrill of OLG.ca's online casino with your favorite live dealers, slots, and table games. Sign up now at OLG.ca.
I can do this.
Luxury that lets you feel infinitely you.
Hey, it's me, your skin. Some cleansers get us clean, but take my moisture. CeraVe cleansers help me maintain my moisture balance with hyaluronic acid, plus 3 essential ceramides to help restore my natural barrier. So we're CeraVe Clean. CeraVe, what your skin craves.
There's never been a better time to feel the fire. We can do this. All new Fire Country, Friday at 9 Eastern on Global.
If you love the exhilaration of jumping into puddles with the rain boots on, well, be prepared. You're going to have lots of fun over the next coming days. If you absolutely hate wet weather, though, well, grin and bear it, stay indoors. But remember, it is food for your lawns and your gardens. Currently 7 degrees with near zero visibility in Toronto due to this dense fog. Fog advisory may be extended to other regions as the night progresses, so please be careful if you're out driving in southern Ontario tonight, as visibility may be reduced due to the patchy dense fog. Rainfall warnings in place for regions east and north of the city because of a system moving up from the U.S. Kingston and Ottawa could receive over 40 millimeters of rain by Monday night. Muskoka, 30 millimeters. North Bay, 45. Sudbury could see some of the highest totals, 56 millimeters by late Monday. So Toronto waking up to light rain in the morning, becoming heavier in the afternoon, 25 to 30 millimeters of rain on the way for Sunday, the high just 12 degrees. Monday, the first day of May, will be overcast and cool, just 8 degrees, the expected high. Same high expected on Tuesday with an additional 5 to 10 millimeters of rain expected, followed by a possible 5 millimeters of rain on Tuesday. All right, Wednesday, Thursday, the showers continue, but shouldn't be as heavy as previously in the week. And then you may see some peaks of sunshine on the tail end of the week. Friday should be the driest day of the week. Now we are considerably cooler than usual for this time of year, but hey, hopefully after we get through this first week of May, it should be a little better. Well, your lawns will love it. And that is a look at your long-range forecast.
Still to come, haircuts for the homeless. A South Florida barber draws from personal experience to help those in need. His story next.
Travis spoken.
Survivor, all new Wednesday at 8 Eastern on Global.
When you're buying a car, sometimes things can be hidden in plain sight. That's why in Ontario, all-in price advertising is the law. So there's no hidden fees or added costs. Know your rights. You should never be charged more than the dealer's advertised price. Find out about all-in price advertising free. All the car buying information you need is at omvic.ca. It's your free ride to your rights.
After thousands of sleeps and hundreds of bedtime stories, your bed has done so much for you. But it's time to make a switch at the Time to Switch event. Plus, get a Bloom mattress starting at only $3.99.
What's that?
I went online with Onlia Insurance. Got my car and house covered right from my phone.
Smart. I went online with Onlia.
I went online with Onlia!
Dad, have you seen the boat keys? Nope. Should be there somewhere. I could stay out here forever.
I used to do personal injury law. Now I work with my estranged father and 2 half-siblings who can't stand me.
We really believed that it was likely that this was a kidnapping.
Red Firebirds are a Camaro. I pumped about 10 shots into the car.
Why would somebody kill a dental assistant in a drive-by shooting?
Any idea of a motive for this?
Crime Beat, Fridays on Global.
Well, before we go tonight, there's certainly something to be said for the power of physical transformation and how it can make a person feel. Anna McAllister introduces us to a South Florida barber who's putting his skills to use to help people living on the streets.
There's something about getting a fresh cut that makes a man feel brand new.
I don't only feel good, I look good now.
But it's the man behind the chair that's been using his clippers to make a difference through his Backpack Barber Foundation.
We created this organization in 2018 when I hit the streets with a backpack and some hygiene items to help uplift those that are experiencing homelessness, as I once experienced homelessness on and off throughout my childhood into my early adulthood.
Greg Young lives in Fort Lauderdale, and he's made it his life mission to uplift those who are struggling with addiction and homelessness, challenges he knows about all too well.
I battled incarceration over 15 times. And July 7, 2013, I walked into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I've been sober ever since.
Using his life experiences and his clippers, of course, he goes into the streets of South Florida, offering free haircuts and conversations of hope to those in need. And his work hasn't gone unnoticed.
Wall is on a mission to help make the world a bearder place. We're looking for guys with great facial hair doing good in their communities. For every free trim we do here at the Mobile Barber Shop, Wall will donate $100 to Greg's foundation.
More than 50 men received a cut, and Wall gifted a $5,000 check to the Backpack Barber Foundation.
Off Central Ontario's spring angling season this weekend. Now, the event started off with a youth competition, and as Jermaine Ma explains, one elusive prize has already been caught.
For 3 generations now, families have been casting lines in the annual fishing derby. But what happened this year was totally unexpected.
I couldn't believe it, so I think this is the record. It was about 15 minutes in at 9:15, and a young boy from Norwood, Benjamin, caught Walter.
I was really excited. I felt like I could do a backflip.
He was shaking and he was so nervous.
In past years, catching Walter took days, or the elusive fish even swims away completely. Typically, it's adult competitors that win the $1,000 prize for Walter, but Ben Bumstead had a special trick up his sleeve.
When they were releasing all the fish, I touched his tail for good luck.
Another 3,000 rainbow trout are stocked in the canal, and more than 600 kids trying to catch some of the 500 tagged fish also get to take home a prize.
This year I'm trying to make a pretty good run for it.
I never used to like fishing until I know how to fish. Now I like it.
With the rain and cooler water temperature, reeling one in might be especially difficult in this competition. But these anglers know all the important fishing tips.
Be quiet,
Be aware of your surroundings so you don't hook somebody.
Don't get hooked.
Fishing is a great family activity, and despite the weather, it's fun to do it in all weather types, but it's something that you can do year-round.
When it comes to a lifelong love of the sport, it all starts with casting a line. Although winning the top prize also helps.
We might mount him for a trophy or something.
The Youth Fishing Derby is a one-day contest, but expect to see anglers lining the lift lock all week during the All Ages Fishing Derby. Jermaine Ma, Global News.
This is Global News.
There are signs that the window to evacuate Canadians from Sudan is